Unlucky with the ERS glitch last weekend. We can reduce our chances of similar failures in the future by focusing on upgrades to our powertrain.
Thanks, Pierre. I'll try and remember that. Welcome, guys, to episode number 4 of our F1 2021 My Team journey. If you haven't seen the last video, make sure you watch that first. The link is in the description below. I'll be doing that in all the other videos anyway. So, yeah. It was an okay race in Monaco. Now, we are at the stage we can add an additional sponsor. So these are only minor sponsors. Each of them have a different weekly incomes, different goal bonuses, and different lengths of how many days or weeks. So the one I'm going to sign for is Distort. Complete all practice programs in a weekend. Now, when I did this before my new PC, apparently I thought I was pretty sure that I did all of the practice programs, like I completed like all the goals for each program, but apparently it said no, you haven't. So, and I'm sure Codemasters have resolved that glitch, revealing our new driver helmet, or my new driver helmet. So this is the helmet that I was running in season 1, you know, as I did the podium pass. I was looking at helmets, and yeah, so I'm running with a dark bluish, white and black sort of helmet. So nice bit of blue there, and where the red is, we're gonna put that away, and the turquoise is white. So yeah, I like that design, and now we are gonna add Distort to our car, because apparently you won't get the gold bonus if the sponsor isn't on the car. So we're gonna add it on the car in a couple of different spots. I did have a few minutes to think about where to pop it. So, and yeah, so going into Azerbaijan, where it is very harsh on the rear tires, we can't really do a tyre wear upgrade at this point in time, because we haven't done any other chassis upgrades in the facility in order to get the tyre wear upgrades unlocked. But we did get a spark plugs power upgrade, which is very handy, because Azerbaijan, or Baku I should say, is quite a power track. Same with Canada. So looking at minor upgrades, 30% failure chance, that's possible you can get on there for Canada. Canada is a nice power track as well. We've got a some sort of durability upgrade. The turbo durability, we did that in the last episode. That is going to be on the car for France, if I didn't say that in the last episode. We can't do any other aero upgrades. We could probably do another power upgrade, which we did. The fuel efficiency upgrade, that'll actually be okay, which means that we can lower the fuel load a little bit, and maybe we can try and push our luck a little bit, and maybe put it into the greens or the reds, like drop a little bit of fuel, like maybe just under a lap of fuel, and maybe rely on a safety car or something. That's something that I'll probably figure out later. And we have a aero upgrade. It was the drag reduction upgrade. Oh man, that would have been so good, that drag reduction upgrade, especially on the long front straight. That would have been so handy. Well, we'll see what we have to go. Anyway, we've got a chassis department event to go to, and we had 2 other upgrades, but let's go to this first.
Unfortunately, we need you to step in and make an executive decision here.
An executive decision, okay. We are having issues keeping to the current schedule, and it's beginning to affect overall productivity. So do we want to invest that, which is 50k, or reduce the workload? What is that? 750 resource points. I don't think so. Let's spend the 50k.
You handled that well. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Alright, nearly there now. We've got a chassis upgrade that's getting on the car in time. That'll make the car a bit more balanced. And an ICE upgrade. That is a big upgrade going on, because the ICE is the one that's been wearing the fastest in our cars. So it's nice to rectify that, and so hopefully we should be able to get through hopefully very swiftly. So we've got 1.98 mil to spend. I'm looking at maybe doing a facility upgrade. It depends which one. I can't even remember. So even me going back and looking at this, I can't even remember what I did. I know we did some sort of upgrade. So, and besides, all of these upgrades at the start are almost the same. Some have different prices, but I think it was the quality control. So we reduce risk of failing by 10%. So that is a nice upgrade. That is going to go for the aerodynamics, which means that we should hopefully be able to get some more aero upgrades on the car in time for the race weekends that we need them. So I was watching an F1 2021 video, and apparently it was showing the F1 esports camera angle. So I thought, you know what, I'll give it a try this weekend. Now, Azerbaijan is a street circuit, and it's going to be a nice challenge for me to see what it's like. And to be honest, I felt okay with these camera settings. To be honest, I don't reckon it made too much of a difference in my driving style. I thought it was, it was decent. I thought I could get used to it if I do more practice on it, and as well as binning it at the castle section. Hopefully I don't do that during the race. But yeah, we had the sandbags on in practice. We got through all the programs nice and swiftly, except for one of the goals, which we managed to complete in the quick practice. Yeah. So nice haul of resource points here. We should be able to maybe look at some other upgrades before we get too carried away with ourselves. I really like these discounts for doing the programs, because when we get past each goal for each program, yeah, it gets the discount, or each part will get a discount, and I like that. I think this is something that I like. I reckon we can get this nearly on every game, every F1 game from now. So going into quali now, I'm hoping we can get out of Q1. I reckon it should be a straight up fight between me and Christian to get out of Q1. However, we do have some rain coming our way. Let's hope it stays away. We can get through cleanly. It's go time now for Azerbaijan Qualify, and as you can see in the intro, it was nice and sunny, but now the clouds have started to come over. So this gets me thinking maybe I should have gone out a little bit earlier instead of waiting for the track to clear. So we get into nearly into Q2, but as you can see, if you look closely at the halo in just a couple of seconds, we will see the first drops of rain. And having a close look at the leaderboard, I was sort of questioning myself, because we're in P18 at the moment, and yes, there you go, the first raindrops have interrupted us. Now this is on the same lap, and we'd be promoted to P17. Why is that? But anyway, whoa, going through 18 and 19, and the car just went massively sideways, and I'm thinking, wow, the rain has come down this quick, so we are going to box this lap, and unfortunately that is our qualifying over. The rain is only going to get worse from here on in, and we are going to get knocked out in Q1. What was the gap to George? That's what I want to know. What was the gap? Nearly 2.5 tenths. Okay. I reckon if we didn't have the rain infected, I reckon we could have found a lot more than that. I reckon we were a chance of getting out of Q1 and into Q2 for the second time. Or for the second time in 4 races, which would have been nice. So going into the race, nice sunny, no weather to impact. Hopefully we can have a nice clean race in this one.
Good afternoon and welcome to Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It's race day yet again, and joining me for a chat, Anthony Davidson. And our racers are certainly in for a rough day today. What will you be watching for as they go down into turn 1?
Well, the start of the race is always one of the most nerve-wracking parts. You have to hope that everyone is able to get off to a clean start, and this is possibly the trickiest part of the entire race. So many drivers in such a small space, and finding your braking point into turn 1 as well. It's a testament to the driver's skill that there aren't more incidents.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position, with Daniel Ricciardo slotting in alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Bottas, Lewis Hamilton and Perez, Norris, Sainz, Tsunoda and Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Esteban Ocon and Russell, Raikkonen, Skip, Antonio Giovinazzi and Charles Leclerc. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Lundgaard, Latifi, Mazepin and Mick Schumacher. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So we get demoted up 1 spot thanks to Leclerc taking grid penalties. I would assume that would be for engine components. So trying to do a one-stop stop to mediums, apparently we fall 2 laps short. So I think it might be a simple 2-stop. I didn't even think about a medium to hard race. I was thinking about soft and 2 mediums. Let's take a bit of a risk. Let's drop some fuel because I don't know what it's like, the fuel around here. But all I know is that the place is so harsh on the rear tyres. 5 lights out and away we go for Azerbaijan. Bit of a good start, I reckon. I reckon it was okay. We're going to dive from as many people as we can. Argy-bargy. Round turn 1 fairly cleanly. So let's see how many more spots we can get. Leclerc, what on earth, Charles? Where on earth did you come from? You come from behind us. Now you're in front of the Alpine of Esteban Ocon. And now we are under threat from Stroll. It is madness here in Azerbaijan on the back straight. Vettel looking at Alonso. We are defending from Stroll. Can't really do much about it, but we hold him off for now. Can't do much about passing Ocon is what I meant to say. End of the first sector now. We've gained a couple of spots and rear-ending Esteban Ocon. Nice there's. Now someone is going slow here. And going through here. Through 18 and 19 I should say. Wow, someone is looking very slow. Does someone have front wing damage? I have no idea. Gasly sets the fastest lap of the race, which means he's leading the race. I wonder, it's Fernando Alonso. He comes in. Look at this. We're going to have a look at Ocon, Leclerc, and Vettel. It's a turn 1. We're going to get all of them. What a move. Not the first time we've made it 3 wide. Oh, man. Let's have a look at some replays of it before we go any deeper. Now, where's Gasly? Looks like he got a good start over the first 2. Looks like he got the best start out of all of them. He goes around the outside of Ricciardo, I think it was. And he goes around the outside of Max Verstappen for the lead of the race. How good is that? Well done, Pierre. On a great start. That start was probably better than me. That was a Alpine looking at a Ferrari that I could see. So now this is Leclerc. How on earth did he manage to find that speed, and how did he get away with not making contact? So he had nowhere to go. There we go, up the inside. So he gets the run other than we. So he goes down the inside. He is massively late on the brakes, and he nearly rear-ends his teammate. That is insane. Now, this is the front wing of Alonso. What happened to him? He must have had front wing damage somewhere. And yes, front end replay hits the rear of Carlos Sainz, and he is in the pit lane now to change his front wing. Very early on in the race, I would expect he would be on a 2-stop, medium, maybe. What tyres is he even on? Yes, he is on a medium tyre. So I would think that he would have to do another stop, because there's no way he's taking those to the end of the race. So maybe he could consider a medium to. He may even go into hards for the last stint. And Leclerc is in our DRS, and as soon as I knew that he had DRS, I knew there was just no point in fighting him. Let's just let him go. But didn't quite get up the inside far enough at turn 1. We're going to try and leave him the space, but we're going to brake a little bit earlier. Try and get DRS. We're going to do the switchback, and we've hit him up behind. And apparently, none of us got DRS. Ocon gets DRS. He's going to go right around the outside. Have a look at him. What on earth is going on here? That speed of that Alpine is insane. Anyway, now moving forward with this race. So as I said, this place is incredibly harsh on the rear tyres. So maybe I could have considered doing a medium to hard race. But during this first few laps, the car was just sliding all over the place. And oh, we've been taken out by Leclerc. He spun. We've hit the wall. And somehow, we're still alive. And I think Leclerc's out of the race. Yes, he is out of the race. What? Did he even think about going around the outside? What? Oh, Leclerc. I didn't think he would try to go around the outside. And I didn't even know that there was an overlap. Oh, Charles, what are you doing, mate? Now we've got damage to our side pod. And now
We think the underbodies incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious.
Thanks, Jade. That is exactly what I was saying. The new damage module is in this game, and I'm pretty sure we've got damage to our front wing, so we're going to get that replaced, and hopefully we can march on with this race. No front wing change. So we are onto mediums now, and hold on. I could have swore we had damage to our front wing. Let's have a look at this. Do we have any damage? We've got multiple shark bites. Seriously, Jeff, I've had shark bites on the front wing damage, so we're going to do a sneaky overtake under yellow. This time we're told to give back the position. We are going to do so as we are coming into the pit lane. So if you look at the MFD, I've got repair front wing damage set to yes, which means we should be able to get the damage repaired this time, and hopefully we can catch up to the pack before we go green once again. And the team are not repairing the wing. Boys, what are you doing? I said I wanted the wing to be changed. So what I ended up doing was I hit the wall deliberately. So yes, now we can come back in and hopefully get the wing repaired. But that means that the safety car is only out for a certain amount of time, which means we probably won't even catch up to the pack before we go green flag racing again. And even with the side pod damage and the under tray, which means that we're going to have no pace compared to everyone. So it was at this stage where we should be going back to green flag, but looking at the minimap, looks like they're not. Looks like they are waiting for me after all. Amazing. So looks like we are going to catch the pack up just in time, and hopefully with the damage that we have, we should be able to hopefully...
Okay, there appears to be an issue. We're currently investigating.
Great. Oh, that's the last thing I need. No, with side pod damages, and yep, this is seriously the last thing I could have asked for. But you know what? We probably should have retired the first time. So you know what? If we retire because of an engine failure, I'm not going to like it because we're going to lose another component. But you know what? At the same time, we probably deserve to retire because we should have crashed out the first time when Charles took us out.
Okay, we have a severe engine issue. Find a safe space to retire or return to the pits.
There you go. So we end up retiring with the mechanical failure anyway. Well, that's another component gone. I hope it's not something that we've upgraded like the turbocharger. If that's the case, then I wish that upgrade was on the car a little earlier. I seriously just cannot take a trick in this season. I just cannot take a trick. That's a sad sight. And now we've got a lot of work to do if we're going to get anywhere near points finishes.
It's never an easy race here in Azerbaijan. There's drama around every corner, but they've come through to take a brilliant win here today. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
How on earth did Mercedes end up winning that race when it was like AlphaTauri, Red Bull and McLaren? I'll never know. But it's the Mercs who get a 1-2 and Lando Norris completing the podium. I wonder what happened to the others during the race because we don't get to see what happens. So Gasly and Max 4th and 6th. Ricciardo DNF'd? What? I'd like to see what happened there. Christian P19 didn't even move up a spot in the end. I'm surprised. So does it say where? No. So Ricciardo doesn't come up with whatever. So lap 4 to 8. I reckon that's the longest safety car intervention we've ever had, only because, but the safety car does sometimes wait for the field to bunch up, but at the same time, it doesn't. Trust me, I've had that experience before. That feels like a long way, doesn't it? 16th and 20th. I didn't think it'd be this bad. This is literally the worst start I've ever had in any of my team career mode, and we've been dumped to P9. That looks pretty scary, doesn't it? So, literally nothing else we can do about it. We're just going to have to move forward now and hopefully find some good results somewhere, because that's basically all we can ask for right now. With all these failures happening to us, there is literally nothing else that we can do apart from, you know, drive the car and hopefully get a good result. And I reckon we could have been on for a good result, except the car was just sliding all over the place. Like, I don't know what it was, but I'm pretty sure the tyres weren't overheating. I mean, we've got some long straights, I should say, and yeah, so that's a weird one. And it is the turbocharger that failed on us. That part was going to get upgraded for France. That was an upgrade that's going to get on the car in time for France. These durability upgrades, they don't even care. It really doesn't matter. So I reckon what we might do for Canada is put component number 2 in all components. So that is literally all we can do. Yeah, seriously. I mean, I'm lost for words. So we've got some parts waiting to be put on the car. 0 resource points for that failure. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hit this video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until the next one, I'll see you next time, I guess.